a very good evening, everybody. Welcome into your box seat, the 90-minute Harness Duels special as we build towards a magnificent 10th running of this wonderful concept, joined by the local man. He knows this track as well as anybody, Craig Thompson. A very good evening to you.
Yeah, evening, Greg, and the viewers as well. Yeah, 10th running, of course, Dash for Cash, $1.2 million, 9 races, Greg. A lot of depth on this Duels this year. Talk about that in the next 90 minutes.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Michael. It really has evolved, this series, hasn't it? We even see the races changing pattern-wise, and in particular the way the drivers drive. Good evening to you.
Yeah, g'day fellas. Big hi to everybody at home. I know, like all of us, you can't wait for Saturday. Been really set up beautifully by what's happened with the barrier draws. This could have been a day or a show where we just spoke about $1.20, $1.10, dream about me runs to the front, blah, blah, blah. No, barrier draws have been sensational and making some of the races far more tricky, putting value into your day and making the show a lot more relevant. Not many horses on the day can just come from anywhere and win, maybe with the exception of Mon Bay. But I do think, but even between now and Saturday, there could be a change of views in some ways, Gregory.
Yep, looking forward to getting all the information for you, and it's great to have Zach Butcher back in the house with us. Going to a venue on Saturday you have great memories of, certainly a couple of years ago. Good evening.
Good evening, Greg, Whale, Mick, how you going? Everyone at home. Good to be back. It's been a while, but definitely looking forward to this Saturday. She's going to be a great day again. Weather's supposed to be good, so really looking forward to it.
All right, well, we've got what you need to know for the day, and here it is in a nutshell. We're on the meeting code of 7. We're at Cambridge. It is this Saturday, and general admission, if you haven't pre-purchased, is $10. Go to HRNZ if you want to check out the last opportunity for those package deals. We will be on Trackside 2. That's Channel 63. Extended coverage, starting with the preview, race by race, from 11 a.m. and our first live race at 11:45. What about the weather for the day? All importantly, we've been blessed thus far in the previous 9 editions. A high of 15, it looks absolutely perfect. Big thank you to the Met Service providing this for us. Let's have a look at how things are going to unfold through the day. Look, it's a slight northwest wind, which should be pretty warm. 9 kilometres an hour, that'll be 5% chance of rain, so effectively that won't be happening, which is a great thing. We start at 11:45 with the NRM Evolve 4-year-old Diamond and roll right through to the final race on the program, which is 4:28, the Sweet Lou at Woodland Stud 3-year-old Emerald. How do you prepare for Harness Duels Day? You've been to a few now. What's different about it, Zach?
Not a lot different. It's still a big day, and you want to go there and win as many races as you can, but a couple of early nights hopefully, and try and eat healthy and just, I guess, focus and do the form on each field as you go.
Do you look at the other races you're not involved in from a purist point of view and take real interest in those as well?
Yeah, definitely. I always have a look at every race, and even take an interest when I'm Hungarian one, the next race goes out. You're always interested to see what horses are going to go around and who's going to win the big one.
All right, between the three of a learned gentleman, for want of a better term, we've come up with what we believe has been the best Harness Duels performance in each category. So let's start with the 4-year-old Diamond performance of the Duels as it currently has been. Kiwi Ingenuity. An unbelievable run it was. The first race in a 152.1, and she just kept on rolling.
Catch a Courage over on the inside, then Angela's Dream, but she's in front, Kiwi Ingenuity, and clearing right away the last little bit. Try Girl Brigade tries hard, then I Catch a Courage, but down towards the line, keeping her up to the mark, and the first favourite home in the Diamond, Kiwi Ingenuity, Try Girl Brigade.
Terrific performance coming off the second row, and indicative of some of the more recent duels where we just see the best horses press on until they get where they want, which is the top, and then just keep on rolling. Let's have a look at the market for race number 1. Miss Daisy, a big mover, certainly since the field come out, but prior to that as well, 850 into 650. Lusty Mac drifts slightly out to 950, even with that very good draw. Democrat Party from an opening quote of 230 out to 270. Rocker Band drawn to follow Miss Daisy, 10s into 5, so halved in price there. 36 for Lightning Mac. On the town, Zach's Drive $7 out to $10. And Joe's Dream at 151. We've put together some speed maps for you for each race as well. Craig Thompson was a big part of that. This is what you think will unfold into the first bend.
Well, Miss Daisy led them up and won from barrier 8 on Friday night, Greg, so she's got a pole draw here. I don't think she's explosively quick off the gate, but I think the barrier draw put her in front early on. Lusty Mac can leave. Democrat Party very quick out last Friday night. I think she holds the key going forward from barrier number 4.
All right, let's have a look at Lusty Mac. And well, when she's at her best, as she was during the carnival in March, this is what she can do.
Well, this was probably her best run this time in, Greg. She beat Rocker Band very easily, and she worked mid-stages in the race. Now, she gets a nice draw here, but she hasn't been in great form. She's gone through a spell here where I think they've got a few niggly problems with her. Hinted to me last Friday night that she's getting back to that form. Her and Democrat Party were the best sectionals out of that race last week. Neither of them won the race, but they run home in the quickest half.
She's run a 155 mile rate, beaten by Lancewood Lizzie back around Christmas time, Michael, and she's got a beautiful draw.
Yeah, she has, and she's probably going to posse up just off the speed, but this could be a race where there's two distinct series of thought to what's going to happen. One is Miss Daisy's going to lead, as it did the other day. If it does that and stays there, then Rocker Band's sitting in the trail. Only two you want to be on. Change of thought. Democrat Party pressures early onto Miss Daisy, gets the lead, then Better Be Amazed comes forward, a whole bunch of horses start to come forward, Rocker Band's 3 deep and you don't want to be on her. Democrat Party in front, as she is here, this is in the deep south a couple of months ago, she's very, very good. She's the only Group 1 winner in the race. She's the best horse in the race. So if she runs to the front, guys, she'll be winning. If she doesn't run to the front, a whole lot of other horses come into play. This is a race where you are starting the last 800 could be crucial because the gap between the best horse in this race and the worst horse in this race, Greg, I believe, isn't that big?
No, it's not big at all. Beat Costa del Magnifico and Titan Banner in that race. You know a bit about her, but let's talk about your drive as well because a lot of pressure and a lot of moves is going to play right into your hands with On the Town.
Sort of the same as, I guess, Sky Major's 3-year-old when on the same track. If there's speed early and those ones off the front do a bit of work early, it's going to bring those backline horses right into it. Better Be Amazed and the likes of On the Town. That's my biggest hope. I hope they do it, and I think I'll get a good enough drag up into the race that I'll be thereabouts, you know, within striking distance.
What about round the stable? Both of those horses, of course. Democrat Party back with Barry Purdon. He seems pleased.
Yeah, both of them. They're both racing really well. They seem well at home, and you know, I don't think you can fault what either of them are doing at the moment.
Jake, just a question to get this out of the way nice and early because that's going to be a factor in every race. So much is made of Cambridge lead is incredibly valuable, and the videos over the years would suggest that. But is it a case that you can't afford to lose momentum? Clearly, if your horse is good enough, we've seen good horses like Smolder go forward and win races. Is that the key factor? You've got to get going. And is that second quarter, once they've rushed off the gate and then they ease up a little bit, is that when a guy like you looks to go forward? Because it appears to me, and all the boys have done the same videos, if you're 3 wide, starting the last 600, it all sounds good. But not everybody's Sky Major. Not many horses can actually come from back there and still win.
Yeah, I think so. Especially in a field like this where they're all so even, you have to be there or handy enough in the last 400 that you can pick them up. And you know, I've still seen races at Cambridge where you know the likes of Isaiah and Art Union last time that they lit up, you know, and they were going to be hard to roll in front. And they still got beat. I think it all comes down to who burns early and how the race is run. But I'm a big believer in the day comes down to if you're there and you're in the right posse, anyone can win it.
I'd just say on your drive On the Town, I think at the $10 it's great value. I could see Better Be Amazed punching through on the back of Democrat Party. I think we'll go forward. Zach then gets on the back of Better Be Amazed. The 3 wide train could be there very quickly. So just on his drive too, last week was clearly the fastest sectional of the night. That took any horse out of play at Alexandra Park by nearly a second, and she came from from the second row. So she's going really well On the Town.
Okay, we're going to have a look at how to play it, Michael, because throughout each of the races, we're going to provide what we believe is the best way to invest.
Yeah, we're not giving you our top tip because some of them are too short. What we're saying is if I had $10 or $100, whatever your unit is, this is how we would bet. I'm going Democrat Party each way. I think she'll get out to around $3.50 and maybe $1.50 a place. Halve your damage, but guys, I reckon she'll get the top. Craig, clearly you do too.
Yeah, I do. I think she's the best mare in the race, and I think she's peaking at the right time. I think that freshener between going south and coming back up here has been very beneficial. I would say I think On the Town's a great place bet at least.
All right, I've gone with Rocker Band, and I believe that she sits in the trail, worst case 3 the fence, and there's a whole lot of pressure, then she can certainly hit the line. We're about to take our first break here on your box seat special. As we go there, the man they call the Wizard, the local lad from Cambridge, got dual success at Ashburton. He looked left, he looked right, and his horse delivered.
I've driven a few Group 1 winners, but to come back after having a bit of time on the sideline and train and drive a Group 1 winner, that was probably my most emotional moment in racing when we crossed the line. But I just love the horse to bits, and for him to he just felt super that day, and nothing was going to beat him. So, but to train a Group 1 winner and also drive it, it's just a massive thrill.
But it's Prime Power travelling beautifully with 1:20 to go. The Wizard looked left, the Wizard looked right. There's no one coming. Shamon's a place chance, Paramount Queen in quite a moment. Late Wings on high, but Prime Power's the one, and Prime Power won it.